What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I woke up planning on doing a Norman Powell Blazers rebuild, but then this Demarcus Cousins signing happened with him going to the Clippers on a 10-day contract, which is just kind of mind-blowing to me, man. Like, why isn't this guy just not getting signed for the rest of the year? I feel like Cousins is still a very, very valuable center in today's league, and it got me thinking, man. Just think back to like years ago when Demarcus Cousins was literally the best center in the NBA, like easily the best center. It wasn't even debatable in my opinion. Demarcus Cousins used to be that guy, and then he got hurt on the New Orleans Pelicans, and his career has not been the same since. And it got me thinking, man, what if Boogie Cousins never got hurt? And I just want to ask you guys this question real quick. Would Anthony Davis and Demarcus Cousins still be on the Pelicans? Would Anthony Davis ever got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers? Because if Cousins never would have gotten hurt, I imagine the Pelicans would have done everything they could to resign Demarcus Cousins. That way they could keep Anthony Davis and Demarcus Cousins together. And then you would have had like Drew Holiday still there as well. Like, it would have been very, very interesting to see how the league would have been if Cousins never got hurt. But regardless, he is where he is now, and he is on the Clippers. He got released from the Rockets a while back, and he finally gotten signed. I thought he would get signed immediately, but it took a while, and now he's on a 10-day contract, so it's not even guaranteed he stays on the Clippers for that long. We'll have to see how things go. But if you guys enjoy this one, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course answer that question down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about what if Cousins never got hurt. But other than that, let's go ahead and rebuild the Los Angeles Clippers. So I went ahead and simulated to March 31st, and obviously that is today's date, and Demarcus Cousins got signed to a 10-day contract. So Boogie Cousins is down here. Obviously he's only going to get signed to like a 1-year deal, but since we are doing a Clippers rebuild with Demarcus Cousins, I just signed him to a 3-year deal. That way he's on this roster for the rest of the video. So let's go ahead and look at the rotation now that Demarcus Cousins is here. So we're actually fixing rotation. So you got Rajon Rondo starting at point guard, which we'll have to see if that's what they want to do in real life. But Paul George, Kawhi, Marcus Morris, Serge Ibaka, Zubac, Cousins, Beverly, Luke Kennard, and Reggie Jackson. So, and they even got Batum. So there's a lot of players out of the rotation right now. So it'd definitely be interesting to see, because I don't think they'd want to throw Batum out of the rotation. He's been pretty valuable for them. So it'll be pretty interesting to see who would get kicked out of the rotation if Cousins did get signed here, obviously. But right now, I'm not loving Batum out of the rotation, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw Batum in there. But Rondo may not even play like that much in the regular season. He's that guy that you just want in the playoffs, right? He's playoff Rondo, as we all know. So, and of course the Clippers are always hurt as well. There's always guys out in and out of the lineup with Paul George, Kawhi always sitting out and stuff. So I mean, I feel like these guys in rotation will still get minutes no matter what. So we're gonna go ahead and run this season, see how things go. And eventually I want to make Demarcus Cousins a huge part of this Clippers rotation. But for now, we can have a 3-headed monster at the center spot, and we'll just leave it like that. You got Serge Ibaka, Zubac, Demarcus Cousins. I'll probably end up trading Zubac in the offseason because he's a young asset, and I feel like we could get something for him. So, but other than that, let's go ahead and just simulate the rest of the regular season, see how things finish out, see how we finish, and see if we can win a championship with Demarcus Cousins on the roster. So at the end of the year, LeBron James is your most valuable player. LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year. Dinwiddie's your 6th man, young offensive player. Christian Wood, Most Improved, and Frank Vogel, Coach of the Year. So we went 52-30, and we're the 2nd seed in the West. So 28 from Kawhi, 25 from Paul George, 12.7 from Demarcus Cousins. So I'm definitely interested to see how Cousins will fit in with the Clippers. He obviously can do a lot of things on the perimeter and inside, because he's not a bad 3-point shooter. He can definitely hit them at times. And Marcus Morris, you got Reggie Jackson with 12, and then Zubac with 11, Serge Ibaka with 10. Okay, so let's go ahead and simulate this first round against the Sacramento Kings, who did make the playoffs in 2K. Very impressive. But I think we should be able to beat this team, as they did win game 1, but we end up winning the next 4, and now we get to play the Memphis Grizzlies. So the Memphis Grizzlies also in the playoffs, very, very young roster, and John Morant's a beast. So wouldn't be surprised at all if we lost here. So somebody current round, and we lose in 5. Like I said, I was not going to be shocked, because 2K loves young rosters. So let's see if, yeah, the Lakers end up sweeping the Grizzlies, and then the 76ers end up sweeping the Lakers. So we don't win a championship in season number 1, but that's fine, because now I get a challenge to try to win one. So league meetings, I'll reject all those. Draft lottery, let's see what we're gonna do here. So obviously we don't have a lottery pick though. We are gonna have our first round pick with it being at number 27 though. Tyronn Lue, I'll keep my coaching staff the same. I'm gonna fire my trainer though, obviously, because we want those 3 training camps, and then I'm gonna grab Ryan Hamilton to be my head scout, I guess. Let's go to the NBA draft. So on draft night, I do want to make some moves here. So Zubac, if you're still under contract, I'm going to go ahead and thin out the rotation, because I want to keep Ibaka, and I want to keep Cousins as well, because obviously the title of the video. So we have some salary we can throw. So you have like Luke Kennard, Beverly, and Zubac. And literally yesterday, I traded for Kyle Lowry from the Toronto Raptors. So I could do that again. We could do that again, and that would make sense to get like a very good veteran point guard here. But I also kind of want to look around the league a little bit more. You know, I could go for like a John Wall if I wanted to do something crazy like that. Chris Paul, bring him back to LA if he resigns somewhere. So yeah, there's some options. I do want to trade for a point guard, a legitimate point guard, if I can. I'm gonna try to get somebody I've never gotten before, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it work. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. But we just grabbed Russell Westbrook from the Washington Wizards. I don't think I've ever really traded for Russell Westbrook in a video. Now, would Russell Westbrook, Kawhi, and Paul George work? I have no idea. But hey, we pulled off a trade, and we got Russell Westbrook to the Clippers. So I feel like this is fun because, like I said, I've literally never traded for Russell Westbrook really in a video. So I'm actually excited to have him here. So this is going to be a lot of fun. All right, so now that we don't have our draft pick, we're moving on from draft night, and we're going to go to player options. So it's not crazy out of the realm of possibility to think that Russell Westbrook might get traded the very next season if the Wizards don't even make the playoffs. I guess it kind of depends what the Wizards are going to do with their direction, because they're kind of in a weird thing where they have a lot of young players on the roster, but then they also have Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, who are obviously trying to win now. But of course, we do want Kawhi back, like no question. Kawhi Leonard, it'll definitely be interesting to see what he wants to do in the offseason, but I definitely want him back. No questions asked. Please come back. Please don't leave me. And thank you. Okay, so we're going to get Kawhi Leonard back. W. I definitely did not want to lose him. That would have been an absolute mess if we did. And I do want Serge Ibaka back if I have his bird rights. I don't know if I will. Okay, so I have 15 million. And okay, so I'm going to resign Serge Ibaka to a 2-year deal. And I'm also going to resign Batum to a two-year deal as well. So we're going to grab these two back for depth purposes. So Serge Ibaka and Batum are back. And now looking at the roster, I got Russell Westbrook. So I guess Rondo retired is what I'm getting at. And he did, or is he just gone? Unless if I just didn't. There he is. Yep, there he is. So we could bring back Rondo, which I kind of want to bring him back because I don't know if he would retire. So, and wait, it's too late. I can't do that. Never mind. So Rondo is gone, I guess, which is not that big of a deal. But we still have a little bit of money we can spend. We have like a mid-level. So we have Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Terrence Mann. If we wanted to make Terrence Mann a huge part of the rotation, we can definitely do that. Kawhi Leonard, Morris and Batum, as we all know. And then we have Cousins and Serge Ibaka. So we still have like Daniel Arturu and Terrence Mann, who we could trade for a possible bench depth. So you know what? I think we might do that. So Arturu and Terrence Mann, both young players that obviously we should be keeping for the future of our team, but I'm just going to go ahead and trade them for win now pieces. So we can get Trey Burke and a second round pick for the Mavericks, and that would be a nice veteran backup point guard to have. Landry Shamet, who used to be on the Clippers, obviously. Jordan Poole has been great for the Warriors, honestly, so I don't think the Warriors would want to trade him. And then we'll trade, yeah, we're just going to grab Trey Burke as a veteran backup point guard. I love that. So we got actually, he's a backup shooting guard in this situation. If I move him to point guard, does he go down too much? Goes down to 76. So I guess I'll leave him at the 2. And then we're going to need like a small forward or a point guard to run a full 9-man rotation. So Kim Blazemore would be interesting. So I think I'll give, or do we want Shabazz Napier or something? Alfred Payton, Raul Neto, Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague would actually be a really nice veteran, but I feel like he'll go down overall like crazy. We could bring Alex Caruso here, steal him from the Los Angeles Lakers. Why not? Let's do it. Yeah, Alex Caruso, welcome to the Los Angeles Clippers. Steal you from the LA Lakers. And now looking at player progression, Paul George down 2 overall, Serge Ibaka down 1 overall. So really nice big 3 here with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. And Russell Westbrook's on a 1-year deal, so if things don't really work out, he can just walk in the offseason. I guess he has a player option, so never mind. Erase what I just said. Amir Coffey at 24 years old is going down in overall for whatever reason. But other than that, guys, we're going to go ahead and away season number 2 with the brand new roster of Russell Westbrook here. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen, because I just don't know if these 3 guys would work in real life. But I feel like they could probably make it work. I feel like they could probably make it work if they wanted to. So Paul George, I guess for going down in overall, I'm going to go ahead and throw some untapped potential at him. The other one, I don't really have young players in the roster. So Serge Ibaka, if you want some untapped potential, sure. And then I guess the last one, maybe Alex Caruso, try to get him up a little bit. All right, let's see what we got. So looking at the full, they want to run 10-man rotation, but I'm just going to run a 9-man rotation. So full 9-man rotation, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi, Nicholas Batum, Demarcus Cousins is starting, Ibaka at the 5, Trey Burke, Marcus Morris, and Alex Caruso. We had Evan Turner, but obviously we don't need him in rotation. Proficiency is balanced at 3.5. That's the best we can get. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate season number 2, see how things plan out, and hopefully we finish off as a really high seed in the Western Conference. It wasn't very fond of our roster, as we only finished as a 7 seed in the West, which is interesting, I guess you could say. MVP, Jokic, Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year on the Suns. Wow, why is he in Phoenix? That's a good question, honestly. Okay, 6 Man of the Year, Dinwiddie, Isaac Fifth Player, Tyrese Maxey Most Improved, and Mike Malone, Coach of the Year on the Denver Nuggets, obviously. All-NBA First Team, Luka, Trae Young, LeBron, Giannis Jokic, All-NBA Second, and All-NBA Third. So, yeah, we finished as the 7th seed in the West. I'm not sure why that is, but it is what it is. We had 29 from Kawhi, 22 from Paul George, and 21 from Russell Westbrook, 12, 12, 7, 6, 4, and 3. So, I guess we're going to shrink this down to an 8-man rotation because we're going to need our best players playing here. And we definitely don't have time to mess around in these playoffs because we do not want to lose in the first round. So we are going to be a 4-star at balance. So game 1 against the New Orleans Pelicans, which isn't going to be easy. Game 1, we're down 1-0, so no surprise there. It is the New Orleans Pelicans. They are a super team in 2K. So let's see if we can even it up, or are we just going to get bounced in the first round, and that's just how things are going to go today, I guess. And yeah, it looks like that's how things are going to go. We're down 3-0, and we win 1 game at least, I guess. So let me see if we can come back here and make things happen this time. And no, we're going to absolutely get blown the hell out. So, wow, we did not even stand a chance. So, okay, that's how we're getting simulations today, I guess, in 2K. I mean, I understand Russell Westbrook, you know, maybe not be the best fit, but, like, I didn't think it was going to be that crazy of a simulation where I would barely make the playoffs and we just get basically swept in the first round. I guess this is time to fire some coaches, right? We're going with some brand new coaches. I'm going to grab Steven. I'm going to grab Mike D'Antoni. I'm going to sign both of them. I'm going to grab Trent Peterson, and hopefully a good coaching staff fixes our problems, which I don't think it will, but hey, you never know. For the NBA draft, we have 3 second-rounders. I'll let the CPU deal with it. So, wow, we got 2 really good players out of the second round. Player options, Russell Westbrook declines, and Trey Burke declines his player option, so no big deal. Qualifying offers, Amir Coffey. And then, of course, I'm going to go ahead and bring back Russell Westbrook because I don't believe Russell Westbrook was the problem. So, Russell, come back to the Clippers, and we're chilling. So, Russell Westbrook is back, and now we got Russell Westbrook, Alex Caruso. We have Keontae George and Nicholas Batum, Damian Collins, Serge Ibaka, and Demarcus Cousins. Obviously, our roster is kind of old, though. We have, like, a pretty old damn roster. So, I'm going to keep the young guys, I think, because, you know, having young players does help sometimes. So, I'm going to move Batum to small forward, and I don't think we need to do anything else because we have some guys during the rotation who are actually pretty good. So, all right, man, we're going to go to season number 3 right away, and I'm hoping this time we don't get a weird simulation like that because that was very, very unfortunate. Kawhi, Paul George, okay, so Marcus Morris is down 75 overall. That is actually not going to work, so we're actually going to make a trade here because I do not like the idea of playing a 75 overall at power forward. So, wrong draft class. We want 2023. So let's go to training camps and make a trade. So let's throw Marcus Morris Sr. out there, who's not, and I guess I'll throw Damian Collins out there. We need a power forward immediately. Danilo Gallinari was actually the best option I just saw. Jay Crowder would actually be a pretty nice upgrade as well, unless we just decide to start Damian Collins and say screw it. Bertans, let me do that actually. Let me just throw Morris out there alone. We can get Gallinari in a 2nd round pick without, he's the least of 78 overall, so he'll be an upgrade, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and make that trade. Untapped potentials, we're throwing this at Collins because he might be a huge part of our rotation. And then we'll throw the other one at Keontae George down here, who's going to be taking Paul George's spot eventually. And then the last one I'll throw at, let's say, Caruso again, I guess. All right, now, looking at this rotation, we're power rankings number 1. So hopefully this time we don't actually suck. And we're a decent roster. So 9-man rotation: Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi, Danilo Gallinari, Cousins, Serge Ibaka, Batum, Damian Collins, and Alex Caruso. Keontae George is not getting minutes right now. Proficiency-wise, 4 at 7 seconds. I think we're gonna be a good roster. I hope, man. I hope we're not the 7th seed and get bounced out again. But you just never know with 2K. 2K really works in mysterious ways. Speaking of mysterious ways, Stephen Curry is on the Wizards, which is just mind-blowing to think about. But we went from 47-35 last season as one of the worst teams in the playoffs to 61-21 as one of the best teams. I just don't get it. Whatever. Stephen Curry MVP, Jalen Duran is your Rookie of the Year, Kevin Love 6th man, Eyes Defensive Player, Killian Hayes Most Improved, and Steven Coach of the Year. So I guess the coaching staff was the problem. We just had some, you know, and I'm definitely curious what this Wizards roster looks like. So we have a backcourt of Beal and Steph. right now? Is that what's going on? No. So BJ Boston and Rui Hachimura. Where is Bradley Beal at, I wonder? Good question. Let me go find Bradley Beal real quick. He is on the Thunder. Okay. Are the Thunder in the playoffs? They are. Yes, they're the second seed. Okay. So we're playing the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round. D'Angelo Russell, Amari Bailey, Edwards, Conley Towns, Houston Nurkic, Malik. Wow, this team is actually really damn good. Somebody in current round, though, and we beat them in 5. Okay, so that's really good. And we can play the Sacramento Kings. We don't have to play the Los Angeles Lakers. So, W, I think. Wow. Okay. De'Aaron Fox, Shea, Keon Johnson, Jalen Duran, Rashawn Holmes, Halliburton. Who is running the Sacramento Kings right now? Because whoever's doing it is doing a damn good job. I've never seen the Kings look this good before in a 2K simulation. Whoever's the GM right now, you need to hire him in real life. Somebody current round though against them, and we sweep them, so it doesn't even matter. And now I get to play the team that beat us in 5 last year. I have confidence we beat this team. So I'm like current round, and we beat them in 5. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Now we play the Atlanta Hawks, who have Trae Young, Moses Moody, Hunter, Michael Foster, Clint Capella, Cameron Reddish. Game 1. We're up 1-0. Good start. Russell Westbrook, Paul George leading the way. Game 2. They even it up, though. Okay. We got Trae Young, 23 and 11. Game 3. They're up 2-1. Somebody current round. Let's go, baby. Come back and win. Because somebody current round was working for me. So we did it, and we ended up winning the next 3 games, and we beat the Atlanta Hawks. And Russell Westbrook is your finals MVP. So we got Russell Westbrook and Paul George a ring, and of course, on top of that, we got Kawhi Leonard, his 3rd championship as well. And we also got Demarcus Cousins the championship, even though, wait, no, he didn't get one with the Warriors. Never mind. I don't think he did anyway, if I remember correctly. So, because that was the year they all got hurt against the Toronto Raptors, and that's when Kawhi won. So, and then Batum got a ring. We got some young players joining us that helped us out. So it's kind of amazing that literally all I did was fire my whole coaching staff, got a brand new coaching staff, and then traded Marcus Morris Sr. And we were just like a brand new team the very next season. So yeah, I love it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like if you did. Let me know what you guys think about Demarcus Cousins on the Clippers. Do you think it'll make a great impact for LA, or do you think it really doesn't matter? Other than that, it's Crushables. I'm saying peace.